Okay. Good evening to everyone. I think yesterday I think my voice is audible. I think you can also see my slides. If there is any problem, you can please inform me. So continuation of PCNF, PDNF. We will discuss some more problems. So find PDNF and PCNF for this formula. P and Q are negation P and Q are Q and R. So actually here we need to find PDNF and PCNF both. But the given formula is in what? Sum of product. You can see here. This is sum. Sum. Here it is product. Okay, sum of product. But it is in DNF, but it is not in what? PDNF. Because here what is missing? R negation R is missing. Here R negation R is missing. Here PR negation P is missing. Okay. So which is in DNF, but it is not in what? PDNF. So first try to convert from this, try to find what? First PDNF, and then you can find what? PCNF. Okay. Suppose the same this question may be asked sometime. Find only PDNF or okay, only PCNF. Suppose they will ask only what? PCNF. They don't ask what? PDNF. So it is first. It is better to find PDNF because PDNF is naturally coming. Okay, if something is naturally coming, then first you will derive that one. Okay, don't try to find CNF. Okay, maybe CNF may be little bit difficult, but DNF it is in your hand. Okay, so from DNF try to find what? PDNF, and then PDNF you can find PCNF. Okay. Okay. So yesterday I told that from DNF how to find a PDNF. So you should introduce what? And T. Okay. So first I will take P and Q. So P and Q and T. Okay. So P and Q, and here what is missing? R is R negation R is missing. So R negation R, because this is what? T. Now take this is whole, that means A, this is B, this is C. Apply distributive law. A, that is P and Q and R again. A is what? P and Q and negation R. Here I wrote A and B or C is what? A and B or A and C. Okay. So similarly, for I will take the second expression, negation P and Q. So here also I will introduce and T. Here what is missing? R is missing. R negation R. Same idea. So you will get, you take, this is what? Whole thing is what? A. This is A. Okay. This is B. This is C. Okay. So okay. Now A and B. So A and B is what? Negation P and Q and R. And then this R again A and C. The same rule. A, what is A? Negation P and Q and C. Okay. C is here negation R. So I got the third equation. Similarly, take what? Last one. Q and R. So Q and R, here again I'll put what? And T. So here what is missing? P negation P is missing. So P or negation P is what? T. So again, this is what? A, this is B, this is C. So apply distributive law. A, that is a Q and R, and then and P. So first I will write P. Okay. So that is not a issue here because everywhere you have and then R, and then again what? A and C. So first I will write C, and then I will write what? A. Okay. So that means what? Negation P and Q and R. Okay. So now using 2, 3, 4. Okay, using 2, 3, 4 in one. So you have there are for expression two totally six expression I need to write. So this is a given problem. This is actually what in DNF. This is equivalent to the first two I am getting from what? From this expression P and Q. The next two are it is from the second expression. The last two is coming from the third expression. Next, I'm going to check which one is repeated. So you can check this into mark. This into mark. You can check P and Q and R. Here also what? P and Q and R. So both of them are repeated. And then look at this tick mark. Negation P and Q and R. Here also what? Negation P and Q and R. So these two are repeated. So out of six, two pairs are what? Repeated means I have remaining what? Four. So I will take this one, I will take this one, I will take this one, I will take this one. So that's all. So now these four are in PDNF. So which is in PDNF? You can see here sum. This is product. So here you can see all the variables are here. Either it's negation or either P or negation P. Okay, you can see here in all the expressions. So which is a PDNF of the given formula. Okay, now if next we need to find PCNF. To find PCNF, first we need to find what? PDNF of negation S. S is the actually this is S. So PDNF of negation S is the remaining four. Totally 8 we have. So 4 is here. Remaining 4 you should write. So you need to check which one is already here. So here you can see P and negation Q and negation R is not here. Similarly R. P and negation Q and negation R is not here. R. So negation P and negation Q and negation R is not here. And finally negation P and negation Q and R is not here. So you should write which is not in the in this expression. So remaining 4 I wrote. Now next PCNF of S is equal to what? Negation of PDNF of negation S. Okay. So here I wrote directly. Okay, wow. So directly means PDNF of negation S. Okay, wow. So for this I took negation. So see here the previous one. So if I take negation for this one, here negation, here instead of and we should write what? Instead of R we should write what? And. So everywhere you should put what? Negation here and here negation, here what? And here negation, and before this you have put what? Negation. So you can check it. So everywhere you have negation before the formula, and then here in between these two you have what? And. Now again apply what? This negation inside the De Morgan's law. So negation P or Q or negation R and negation P or Q or R and P or Q or R and P or negation Q is what? Q or negation R. So which is the PCNF of the given formula. So first problem is over. Okay. Next, the second problem. Obtain PDNF of P implies Q and negation of negation Q or negation P. I think day before yesterday we found a DNF of the same formula. So suppose if you wrote in your notebook, if you okay, so you can tell what is the DNF. Please check. If possible, you can tell. Otherwise, no problem. I will explain. So I need a DNF of this expression. Okay, it's okay. I will tell. P implies Q and negation of negation Q or P. Okay. Now P implies Q. P implies Q is what? Negation P or Q. Q is the whole thing. And then this is equivalent to negation P or P implies Q is what? Negation P or Q, and I'll take negation inside. So negation of negation is Q, or is changed into and negation of negation P is P. Okay. Now I'm going to apply distributive law. I'll take this is A, this is B, this is C. So A and C, and then R, B and C. So that means negation P or what you'll get? Negation P and Q and P. So I'll write okay, negation P. You can see here negation P or so negation P and Q and P. This one. Next R Q and Q and P. Q and Q and P. Okay. Now from here negation P or I think everywhere you have C and okay. So but you can apply commutative law and associative law, and then you can write negation P and Q or so again you can see here and so Q and Q is what? Q. So Q and P. Next negation P is R. This is actually what? F. Negation P and negation P is F and Q or commutative law P and Q. So negation P or this is F and Q is F or P and Q. Now from here F or P is what? P. So P and Q. So I think this is the DNF. So actually I am expecting from you this step. So I think day before yesterday we got up to this. So okay, now we need to find PDNF. So here only we have two variables P and Q. So in this I don't have any problem here because it has what both P and Q. Only here I have negation P. I don't have what Q or negation Q. So that's why I'm going to introduce and T because this is DNF. From DNF, I'm going to find what PDNF means. I should introduce what and T. This one is as it is here. There is no change here. And the negation P and T. Instead of T, I'm going to introduce what is the variable missing here. Q. So Q or negation Q is what? T or P and Q. So now apply distributive law. So negation P and Q or negation P and negation Q or P and Q. So which is what? Sum of products. So which is in PDNF. So now actually the question they're asking what? PDNF. They're asking only PDNF. But now I'm going to try to find PCNF also. So in PDNF, how many terms you have? 3 terms. So in the PCNF, you have what? The PCNF, it contains only 1 term. But negation of so PDNF of negation is also contain what? Only 1 term. Okay, this is actually what? PDNF of the S. PDNF of negation S is what is missing here. P and negation Q is missing. So P and negation Q. And PCNF of S is what? Negation of PDNF of negation S. So negation of PDNF of negation S is what? P and negation Q. So this is Q. Okay, so apply De Morgan's law. So negation P or Q. So which is the PCNF? Product of sum. So I have only one term here. So third problem, find the PCNF of the formula PR negation of QRR, then R, P and Q, and negation R and P. So here you can see here and everywhere you have and. So that's why I'll write P and Q and negation R and P. Okay. But here in the first expression you have PR. I will take this negation inside using De Morgan's law. So you'll get what? Negation Q and instead of R you have and negation R. Okay. So next step, okay. Don't apply here distributive law. If you apply distributive law, you have you need to face some problem, because if you apply distributive law, what you'll get? Here you have uh, in between, okay, PR negation Q, and that means you'll get what? Product of sums. But here you have sum, here you have product, so that will make a problem. So that's why I'll keep this one as it is. P R negation Q and negation R, R. This P and P is what? P and Q and negation R. So actually, which is in DNF. So DNF means what? Sum. Here you can see here sum. Okay, this is a product. This is a product. This itself a product. So which is in DNF. Now from this I am going to find what? But the original question is what? PCNF. But I have DNF. From DNF I am going to find what? PDNF. PDNF. From PDNF I am going to find what? PCNF. Okay. So this is in DNF. First, here we have two variables. Here also, here I don't have any problem. Here I have three variables. So first I'm going to introduce here and t, because I need what? PDNF. That's why I introduce what? And t. So remaining these two expressions are same. There is no change. So P and first I am going to introduce what? Q. Later I will introduce what? R, step by step. So P and instead of T, Q or negation Q, R. These two expressions are I'll keep as it is. There is no change. Anyway, I need to introduce here what? P, but I will introduce a little bit later. Okay, the last one I'll keep as it is. Now here I'm going to apply what? Distributive law. So P and Q are P and negation Q are negation Q and negation R are P and Q and negation R. Okay. So now, so I don't have any problem with the last one, but the problem is still you have what? The first one, second one, third one. The first one, R negation R is missing. Here R negation R is missing. Here P negation Q is missing. So that's why I'm going to introduce here what? And T, and T, and T. Okay. So in the next step, you can see here. So and T. So T, what is missing here? R. So R negation R. Directly I wrote. Instead of writing T, I will write directly. Next R. Second expression is what? P and negation Q and T. So T, what is missing? R, R negation R is missing. And then third one, negation Q and negation R and T. Negation Q and negation R and T. So what is missing? P negation P. So T is what? P or negation P. The last one as it is. So now you'll keep this is A. Okay, this is A. This is B. Okay, this is A. This is B. This is what? C. So similarly, this is what? A, B, C. So here also this is what? A, B, C. So now you should apply what? Distributive law. So A and R and then R. Again A is what? P and Q and C. C is what? Negation R. R. So again you should apply the same rule, distributive law. So from this expression I will get a 2, these two. From this I will get what? These two. From these two I'll get these two. Applying what? Distributive law. The last one is what? Same. There is no change. So totally 6 plus 1, 7 terms are there. Out of 7, we need to find which one is repeated. So look at tick and tick. This P and Q under negation R, P and Q under negation R. So these two are what? Repeated. Int, these two are what? Repeated. So out of 7, 2 pairs are repeated means remaining you have what? 5. The first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and this is what? Sixth one. So totally you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. So which is a PDNF of S. Now in the PDNF of negation S remaining 3. So which is not in the 5. You should write carefully that one. Negation P and Q and R, or negation P and Q and negation R, or negation P and negation Q and R. Now we need to write what? PCNF of S is negation of PDNF of negation S, which is equivalent to, so directly I'll put what? Here negation, here what? And in before this negation, here what? And this is actually what? And the negation. Okay, I think I'll write here. This is and. Okay, this is what? Negation. Okay. And then you have this expression. Now apply De Morgan's law. You will get a P or negation Q or negation R, and this is a negation of negation P is P or negation Q or R, and P or Q or negation R. So which is the PCNF? PCNF of the given formula. Okay. So next problem, maybe we'll try this one. Okay, what is given here? Actually, here they are using actually PDNF only. Instead of PDNF, sometimes they will ask what? Minterm normal form. So, okay, what is given? Negation of P or Q and R. Close this bracket and then close this bracket, and PRR. So which is equivalent to, so now I'll try to find DNF. Okay, so if I get DNF, good. Or suppose if you get CNF, that is also good. No problem. So okay, DNF means what? Sum of products. Okay. So now I am going to write. Okay, now apply negation inside here. Negation of what? P or Q and Okay, and now sum of you'll get what? Okay, wait a minute, wait. Then you'll get a product of this is little bit okay. Okay, so negation is for both. Okay, okay, so right. Negation of PRQ and so not and or negation or and uh, PRQ, PRR. So which is equivalent to take this negation inside. We will get negation P and negation Q or negation R and PRR. So now which is equivalent to, okay, you can see here, if we apply here distributive law, what you will get? In between, you have what? R and then R, I think product of sums you will get it. Okay, wow. So there are two options. Okay, so I'll tell you here. Don't write. Okay, negation P or negation R and negation P or negation R and negation Q or negation R and PRR. Actually, this is actually what you can see here, product of sums. So which is what? CNF. From CNF, you need to find what? PCNF. From PCNF, you need to find what? PDNF. So this is, you can try. Actually, this is what? CNF. Okay, from CNF, you need to find what? PCNF. Okay, and from PCNF, but the question is they'll ask what? PDNF. So this is one method. So the other method, I am going to do by other method. Okay, now this is equivalent to, so either you can apply extended distributive law or distributive law twice, because here you have what? And here and then here you have what? R. So now I am going to apply. You can apply extended distributive law. Okay, no problem. But I will apply distributive law twice. So negation P because we need what? Sum of product negation P and negation Q R. Okay, R. I'll take this is A, this is B, this is C. So A or C. A or C is what? P or R. Okay. And then okay, and then A or C and but okay, I am getting something problem. Okay, I don't get it. So we need to choose carefully this one.
Sir, A and C or B and C?
சொல்லுப்பா எது ஏ எது எது ஏபிசின்னு எழுதுகிற?
Negation P and negation Q are CA, sir.
இது ஏ தான். ஓகேவா? இது பியா?
நெகேஷன் ஆர் பி.
பி. நான் போட்டது கரெக்ட் தானே? ஏன்னா நான் மார்க்
கரெக்ட் தான்.
எழுதிட்டேன்.
ஆருக்கு பதிலா அண்டு போட்டீங்க. அண்டுக்கு பதிலா ஆர் போட்டுட்டீங்க.
ஓகே. இப்ப வந்துட்டு நமக்கு வந்துட்டு என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஏ கரெக்டா இருக்கு. ஓகேவா? ஏ அண்டு தானே போடணும். ஆரா? ஏ ஆர் சியா?
ஏ அண்டு சி.
ஓகே, சாரி. ஏ அண்ட் சி. ஓகே, யா. A and C. C is what? P R R. Okay. A and C and then R. R. B and C. Negation R. B and C. C is what? P R R. Okay. Thank you. And then because sometimes you don't know where we need to apply extended distributed law. It is very difficult to find out. So that's why I'm applying distributed law twice. Okay. Now here what is I think here I don't have any problem. So this is what? R, negation R, and what? P, negation R and P, R, negation R, and what? Negation R and P, or negation R and R. So I think here I don't have any problem. So here also this is what? A, this is what? B, this is what? C. So A and B will get what? Negation P and negation Q and P. Okay, va? So A and B are A and C, negation P and negation Q and C. So now you can see here, this is actually what? Sum. Everywhere you have sum. Here you have product, 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 product. Okay. So I think the first one is actually what? Everywhere and P and negation P is what? False. P and negation P is false. False and what? Negation Q or I think here it should be what? R. R. So here negation P and negation Q and R. And then R, P and negation R. P and negation R. And then R, this is false. So we know that false and negation Q. False and negation Q is what? I think I have this one. Okay, this is actually what? False. Okay, I'll write in the next slide. False or negation P and negation Q. Negation P and negation Q and R. And then R. P and negation R. Or F. Now this is equivalent to F or P is what? P. So negation P and negation Q and R or P and negation R. Okay, now still I have I don't have the first term, I don't have any problem. The second term, Q's term is missing. So negation P and negation Q and R. So here P and negation R. So here I'm going to find what? PDNF na? Okay, this is actually what? Sum of product. So actually this is actually what? DNF. This is DNF. So from DNF, I'm going to find PDNF means and T, which is equivalent to negation P and negation Q and R P and negation R, and here what is missing? Q R negation Q. Okay, now which is equivalent to negation P and negation Q and R. So this is actually what? B. This is what? C, because this one come. Okay, because this is a newly introduced one, so you take B and C. This is what? A. So A is what? P and negation R and Q, R negation R and Q. Sorry, P and negation R, and negation Q. Okay, so this is actually PDNF. So I'll write again negation P and negation Q and R. Okay, write in the order. First P, Q, and then R. P and Q and negation R. Similarly, R, P and negation Q and negation R. So this is the min-term normal form. This is what? Min-term normal form, or this is PDNF. Okay. What is time? Okay, 10. Okay, so I will stop here. Next problem is actually you can try, otherwise we'll discuss tomorrow. Obtain the PDNF of negation of this expression. Okay, so actually the question is, actually this is a question. Obtain the PDNF of negation of PR, negation P and what? Negation Q and R. So this is a question. Okay, still have some time. Okay, I'll try. This is equivalent to what? If I apply negation inside, you'll get what? Negation P and negation of what? Negation P and negation Q and R. So which is equivalent to negation P and I'll take this negation inside. So we'll get P R Q R negation R. So I need a PDNF. Okay, wow. PDNF. But here I have here this is actually product of sums. So this is actually in CNF. This is actually in CNF. Here I need to introduce what? First RF put. Okay, I should use Q. And then again you should introduce what? R. You can do like this also. Okay, first you can find what? PCNF, and then you can find what? PDNF. So that is one of the way, or otherwise, second method. But you should try that method also. You need to try. Second method, if you apply distributive law here, what you will get? Negation P and P or negation P and Q or negation P and negation R. Okay, now this is actually what? False or negation P and Q or negation P and negation R. So which is equivalent to this is F or P is P, so negation P and Q or negation P and negation R. So now this is in sum of products. Okay, this is what I told in this step. It is a product of sums. So uh, now, okay, I told that I need to introduce what? R, F, okay, but here I got what? Sum of product. This is in DNF. DNF. So now here what is missing? R missing. Here Q is missing. So introduced negation P and Q and T are negation P and negation R and T. That's all. Now, which is equivalent to negation P and Q and R negation R. R here Q is missing, so negation P and negation R and Q or negation Q. So consider this is what B, this is C, the whole thing is what? A. So similarly, this is what? B, this is C, this is what? A. So here we'll get two terms, here we'll get what? Two terms, totally 2 plus 2, 4 terms. I'll write in the next slide. Negation P and Q and R and then R negation P and Q and negation R. R negation P and negation R, negation P and negation R and Q and Q and then here negation Q. R negation P and negation R and negation Q. So out of these four, is anything repeated? So that is these two are what? Repeated. Okay. So these two are repeated. We can write only once. So negation P and Q and R negation P and Q and negation R negation P and negation Q and negation R. So which is in sum of product We'll check the final answer. Negation P and Q and R, or negation P and Q and negation R, or Seberva negation. So this is actually what? This is in PDNF. So I will stop here. So we will discuss the remaining problem in PDNF and PCNF tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow is the last class for PCNF, PDNF, and then we will go to inference theory. Okay, thank you.